Hi there folks, and welcome back to another one-stop trivia Big Sunday quiz. Hope you are still enjoying all the quizzes that we're putting out. So we've got the Big Sunday quizzes every Sunday, but we're releasing short rounds pretty much every day at the moment on the YouTube channel. So give us a wee subscribe on there and it'll keep you up to date on what's being put out. So we're going to get started in a moment. Just want to say first of all, thank you very much for taking part. So these are all pre-recorded, but they'll be going out on Facebook and YouTube at 8 o'clock, well, local time here, which I think is about 2 o'clock in the UK. So we'll be doing that going forward. If you make sure that you don't put answers into the comments section of the videos that go out, just in case that's spoils it for anyone else. Okay, so no answers in the chat in the comments section. Just play along at home on pen and paper, or if you're playing along against friends, and just play pen and paper and keep scores there. Okay, so before we get started as well, just like my usual little bit. So this is a free quiz, all been done free of charge, but if you do find, if you're able to spare £1 or $1 or so, there's a URL up at the top left, kidsneededucation.org. It's for a charity based here in Phnom Penh in Cambodia, providing the only free primary school in the city. A lot of people can't afford to send their children to school because they're fee paying. This school that's provided by the charity is completely free of charge. Everything is provided, up to and including sort of uniforms for the children, so that they're able to get an education that they maybe otherwise wouldn't get. So if you are able to make a donation, even just a very small one, it all goes a very long way. You can do so via the link there, okay? Or if there is any other charity that feels worthwhile, obviously make a donation to them. It all helps in these times, okay? So yeah, we'll get on with the quiz then, because that's what you're all here for. So round number one, as usual, is general knowledge. Okay, so question number one. Who is associated with the address 221B Baker Street, London? Okay, so famous person or character associated with the address. Who is it? So say 221B Baker Street, London. Hopefully a nice easy one to start with there. And just get you warmed up and into it. Okay, so on to question number two. What name is given to animals which eat both plants and meat? Okay, so basically like humans or anything else that eats both plants and meat, given a particular name, what is it? Question number three. How did Louis Washkansky of South Africa make history in 1967? Okay, so how did Louis Washkansky of South Africa make history in 1967? So it was a first of something. What was it? What was the first of? Okay, question number four. What are the Chihuahuan, the Nubian, and the Alaskan types of? Okay, so what are the Chihuahuan, the Nubian, and the Alaskan types of? A wee bit more difficult there, I think. Give you a hint on this one. I think it is a geography question. So the Chihuahuan, the Nubian, and the Alaskan are types of what? Okay, question number five. Food that is permitted to be eaten under the Jewish dietary laws is known as what? Okay, so food that is okay to eat under Jewish dietary laws is known as what? Okay, and question number six. What is the capital of Brazil? Okay, so what is the capital of Brazil? Okay, so quick recap. Question number 1. Who is associated with the address 221B Baker Street, London? Question number 2. What name is given to animals that eat both plants and meat? Question number 3. How did Louis Washkansky of South Africa make history in 1967? Question number 4. What are the Chihuahuan, the Nubian and the Alaskan types of? Question number 5. Food that is permitted to be eaten under Jewish dietary laws is known as what? And question number 6. What is the capital of Brazil? Okay, I'll give you a second there. Important to keep yourself hydrated. Okay, so on to the answers. I hope you've got all your answers down. We're ready to move on. So the answers. The address 221B Baker Street was the home of Sherlock Holmes. An animal that eats both plants and meat is an omnivore, basically anything. Question number 3. Louis Washkansky received the first heart transplant. Okay, question number 4. Those were types of desert, or names of deserts, I guess. Maybe a slightly better way of wording it. Number 5, the Jewish dietary laws, food that's okay to eat is kosher. And question number 6, the capital of Brazil is Brasilia. Okay, so I hope you managed to get that. It's quite often people think it's Rio, but the capital is Brasilia. Okay, so moving on, round number 2, turning Japanese. So this is round about Japan, or turning Japanese as you will. So question number 1, what is the national sport of Japan? Okay, so what is the national sport of Japan? Question number 2, the name of which Japanese multinational corporation is also the second most common last name in Japan? Okay, so a big Japanese company by this name is also the second most common last name in Japan. What is it? Question number 3. What gentle way, notice the quotation marks, what gentle way was created by Jigoro Kanoin, apologies on the pronunciation as usual, in 1882. So what gentle way was created by Jigoro Kanoin in 1882? Essentially, this is something that's from Japan that essentially has been translated into English, means gentle way. Question number 4. By what name was the Emperor of Japan who reigned for over 62 years until his death in 1989 best known? Again, by what name was the Emperor of Japan who reigned for over 62 years until his death in 1989 best known? Question number 5. What is the Japanese word that means empty orchestra? Okay, quite a famous one, this one. Hopefully you should all be able to get it. But what is the Japanese word that means empty orchestra? And question number 6, going back to the name of the round there, which group sang Turning Japanese in 1980? Okay, so quick recap. Question number 1, what is the national sport of Japan? Question 2, the name of which Japanese multinational corporation is also the second most common last name in Japan? Question number 3, what gentle way was created by Jigoro Kanoin in 1882? Question 4, by what name was the Emperor of Japan who reigned for over 62 years until his death in 1989 best known? Question number 5. What is the Japanese word that means empty orchestra? And question number 6. Which group sang Turning Japanese in 1980? Okay, so I hope you've all got your answers down and ready. We will go over the answers up to the Turning Japanese round now. So question 1, hopefully you got this. The national sport is sumo wrestling. Number 2, the second most common name in the big multinational corporation is Suzuki. Suzuki. Number 3, the gentle way was judo. Judo means gentle way. Question 4 is Emperor Hirohito. Hirohito. Question number 5, the empty orchestra is karaoke. Okay, karaoke. And question number 6, it was the Vapors who sang Turning Japanese. So how'd you do in that round? On to round number 3 then, the return of the anagrams round, or Nags a Ram, if you will. So in this round we'll give you an anagram and we'll give you a clue underneath as to what it is an anagram of. Make it a bit easier because you're not giving you too much time on them. Okay, so number 1, delicate non-stew. This is a football team. Okay, so delicate non-stew. What's the team? Okay, question number 2. Pa Reminds. And this is a movie. So, Pa Reminds. What's the movie? I'm just pretending in my head that I'm listening to the background music, which will be added later. Okay, number 3, Naval Hen. Naval Hen. This one is a band. Naval Hen. Who is it? Okay, question number 4. Sleepy Silver. Okay, so Sleepy Silver. This one's a singer. Who is Sleepy Silver? Okay, so on to number 5. Here we go. No Smiles Lie. So No Smiles Lie. Now this one is a footballer. So the first one was a football team. This one is an individual player. Who is it? No Smiles Lie. Okay, and question number 6. He gave north. He gave north. Now this one is a movie. What's the name of the movie? Very popular movie, this, very funny. Okay, so he gave north. Okay, and onto a quick recap. Here we go. Delicate Nun Stew is a football team. Pa Reminds is a movie. Naval Hen is a band. Sleepy Silver is a singer. No Smiles Lie is a footballer. And He Gave North is a movie. Okay, so I hope you've got all those. Let's go over the answers. Okay, so here are the answers. Number 1, Newcastle United is your Delicate Nun Stew. Number 2, Pa Reminds is Spider-Man. Number 3, The Naval Hen was Van Halen. Number 4, Sleepy Silver was Elvis Presley. Number 5 was Lionel Messi. And number 6 was The Hangover. Okay, so I hope you got all of those. Let's get on to the next round. So this is in sickness and in health. So this is basically all medicinal stuff, health and medicine and whatnot. Okay, so question number 1. Who discovered penicillin in 1928? Fairly standard quiz question, this one, I think, but who discovered penicillin in 1928? Okay, question number 2. What blood type is known as a universal donor? Okay, so what blood type is known as a universal donor? Question number 3. Introduced by Edward Jenner in 1796, what was the first successful vaccine to be developed? Okay, so introduced by Edward Jenner in 1796, what was the first successful vaccine to be developed? Question number 4. What does the acronym CPR stand for? Okay, so what does the acronym CPR stand for? Question number 5. What important hormone does the pancreas produce? Okay, so quite an important one. If it goes wrong, it can cause you a few problems. What does the important hormone the pancreas produce? And question number 6. Louise Brown was the first test tube baby. In which year was she born? So on questions like this, I'll usually give you a bit of a leeway. So on this one, if you get it within 5 years either side, we'll give you the point. If you get it exactly right, you get 2 points. Okay, so Louise Brown was the first test tube baby. In which year was she born? So within 5 years gets you 1 point. If you get it exactly right, you get 2 points. Okay, so a quick recap. Question 1. Who discovered penicillin in 1928? Question 2. What blood type is known as a universal donor? Question 3. Introduced by Edward Jenner in 1796, what was the first successful vaccine to be developed? Question 4. What does the acronym CPR stand for? Question 5. What important hormone does the pancreas produce? And question 6. Louise Brown was the first test tube baby. In which year was she born? Get a point within 5 years either side, and 2 points if you get it exactly right. Okay, so I hope you've got all your answers down. Let's get on with the answers. Question number 1 is Alexander Fleming, who discovered penicillin. Universal donor is O negative. Okay, if you just got O, maybe give yourself half a point, but O negative is needed for the full point there. First successful vaccine was for smallpox. Number 4, cardiopulmonary resuscitation is CPR. Don't worry quite so much about spelling there. If you got it close or whatever, give yourself the point. Number 5, the pancreas produces insulin. So yep, obviously if that goes wrong, they're not very good at all. That's how you end up with diabetes and probably other things, pancreatitis and whatnot. And question number 6, 1978 was the year for Louise Brown's birth. So if you got between 73 and 83, you get the point. 2 points if you got 78 exactly. Okay, so moving on to round number 5, which is called Just Do It. So this is a round all about mottos and slogans. Obviously, Just Do It is the slogan for Nike. So, question number 1. Which company's motto is "Don't be evil"? Okay, don't be evil. Whether it's evil to follow that, it's still debatable at times. Okay, which company's motto is "Don't be evil"? Question number 2. Which movie company has a motto Ars Gratia Artis, which appears at the beginning of their movies? Okay, so which movie company has a motto Ars Gratia Artis, which appears at the beginning of their movies? Big movie company. I'm sure you'll all have seen this at some point, just whether you can remember it. Okay. Question number 3. Whose slogan is "Where do you want to go today"? Okay, so where do you want to go today? This one's a wee bit of a tricky one, I think, because it's not necessarily what you would think this company would have as a slogan, but they've decided to choose that one. Okay, question number 4. Which Premier League football club has a motto on their crest, which, when translated into English, means "Nothing but the best is good enough"? Okay, so which Premier League football club has a motto on their crest, which, when translated into English, means "Nothing but the best is good enough"? Question number 5. Whose motto is "In Varietate Concordia"? Okay, so "In Varietate Concordia". I'll give you a clue on this one. It's not a company as such. This one is more of this one's a political one. So, whose motto is "In Varietate Concordia"? And question number 6, whose motto is "Think different"? Think different. Okay, so think different. So, quick recap. Which company's motto is "Don't be evil"? Question 2, which movie company has a motto Ars Gratia Artis, which appears at the beginning of their movies? Question 3, whose slogan is "Where do you want to go today"? Question 4, which Premier League football club has a motto on their crest, which, when translated into English, means "Nothing but the best is good enough"? Question 5, whose motto is "In Varietate Concordia"? And question 6, whose motto is "Think different"? Okay, so hope you've got your answers down. Let's move on and check them out, see how well you did. So question 1, Google is "Don't be evil". So, up to you if you think they're not evil or not. A lot of people would say yes. Question 2, Ars Gratia Artis is the motto for MGM, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer. So it appears on the beginning of the movies where they've got the sort of roaring lion logo, and Ars Gratia Artis is written above it. It means art for art's sake. Okay. Question 3, where do you want to go today, is Microsoft. Still not sure why they've chosen that, but that's what they've gone with. Question 4, the Premier League team is Everton, so the motto there is Nil Satis Nisi Optimum. Nothing but the best is good enough. Question number 5, In Varietate Concordia is the EU slogan, which I believe means in diversity, unity. I think it's something along those lines. Obviously didn't get much of a Latin education at school. And number 6, Think Different was Apple. Apple. Okay, so I'm just thinking there, 3 tech companies must have been on my mind. Okay, so moving on, round number 6, school days. This is our picture round. So we're going to show you the pictures of 6 famous people taken when they were at school. So I just want the names of the people that they are or who they grew up to be. Okay, so number 1, here we go. Who's this? Hopefully you can see it okay. You know, a little bit of a grainy photo, but you know, it's taken a while ago. Who is this? Okay, number 2, who's this? Okay, number 3, who's this? I think these are all black and white. Okay, number 4, who's this? Number 5, who's this? And number 6, who's this? Okay, so recap. Question number 1, who's this? Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Number 5. And number 6. Okay, so hope you've got those. Here we go with the answers. Okay, so number 1 was Prince, or the artist formerly known as Prince, depending at what point you knew him in his career. Prince. Number 2 was Tom Hanks. Number 3 was Beyonce, or Beyonce Knowles. Number 4 was Barack Obama. Number 5 was Harrison Ford. And number 6 was Madonna. Okay, so I hope you got all those. Moving on, round number 7, it's the taking part that counts. So this is the sports round. It's often the phrase that I heard when doing sports. It's the taking part that counts. Okay, so question number 1. So following on from last Big Sunday quiz where we had the women's heptathlon, what events are in the men's heptathlon? So 7 points available here. Name the 7 events. Give you a few seconds on this one. Okay. Question number 2. Which 2 football teams play in the El Clasico match? Okay, so 2 football teams, whenever they play, it's referred to as the El Clasico. Who are the 2 teams? So again, 2 points available here. Question number 3. What do you call it when a player makes 3 back-to-back strikes in bowling? Okay, so this sort of thing, you know how in golf, if you get a shot under par, it's a birdie or whatever. They've got a similar kind of phrase for 3 back-to-back strikes in bowling. Question number 4. Who did underhand serves to defeat Ivan Lendl for the 1989 French Open title? So, just in case I'll show you. This is tennis. So, who did underhand serves to defeat Ivan Lendl for the 1989 French Open title? Okay, question number 5. So, the dimples on a golf ball give it traction on the terrain. How many dimples does an average golf ball have? Now, with this one, if you're within, say, 20 either side, we'll give you the point. If you get it exactly right, we'll give you 2 points. So, 20 either side we're giving you. So the dimples on a golf ball give it traction on the terrain. How many dimples does an average golf ball have? Just wondering if there's any of you at home grabbing a golf ball and counting very quickly. Might not have enough time for that. Question number 6. What was David Beckham's last football club before retiring? So who did he last play for? Okay, so David Beckham's last football club before retiring. Obviously now a manager and owner in the US, but this was his last playing club, the last club he played for. Okay, so quick recap. Question number 1, what events are in the men's heptathlon? So again, 7 points available there. Which 2 football teams play in the El Clasico match? So 2 points there. Question number 3, what do you call it when a player makes 3 back-to-back strikes in bowling? Question number 4, who did underhand serves to defeat Ivan Lendl for the 1989 French Open title? Question number 5, the dimples on a golf ball give it traction on the terrain. How many dimples does an average golf ball have? So again, giving you 20 either side as a leeway. And question number 6, what was David Beckham's last football club before retiring? Okay, give you a few more seconds on that, just in case you're still on the heptathlon. Okay, so on to the answers then. Here we go. So in the heptathlon, give yourself a point for each of these that you get right. So you have the 60 meters, the long jump, the shot put, the high jump, the 60-meter hurdles, the pole vault, and the 1,000 meters, or kilometer if you will. So again, 60 meters, long jump, shot put, high jump, 60 meters hurdles, pole vault, and 1000 meters. So, well done if you got all of those. Number 2, the El Clasico is between Barcelona and Real Madrid in Spain. Number 3, the 3 back-to-back strikes is apparently a turkey. I have no idea why. Then the 1989 French Open champion who beat Ivan Lendl with the underhand serves was Michael Chang. Okay, question number 5, the dimples on a golf ball, there are 336 on an average golf ball. So if you got between 316 and 356, you get a point. If you got 336 exactly, you get 2 points. Okay, and David Beckham's last club was Paris Saint-Germain. He played about 10 or 11 games for them. Okay, so how'd you do in that round? Quite a few points available there. On to round number 8. Hey, 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 it's magic. So this is all about magic, or well, magic in any form really. So, question number 1. What was the full title of the last book of the main series, the main Harry Potter series? Okay, so originally there was just the 7 Harry Potter books before you got all the the playbook, the little spin-off books, all the other ones. So we're looking for the last book in the main series, what its full title was. Hope that's clear. Okay, so what was the full title of the last book of the main Harry Potter series? Question 2. What was the name of the wizard protagonist of Terry Pratchett's early Discworld novels? Was it A, Lupine Once? Was it B, Carcer? Or was it C, Rincewind? Okay. So, what was the name of the wizard protagonist of Terry Pratchett's early Discworld novels? Was it A, Lupine Once, B, Carcer, or C, Rincewind? And for the spelling of wizard there, that isn't a typo, that's just a bit of a nod to the character. He used to wear a hat which had wizard written on it, and it was spelled with 2 Z's. Because he was so inept he couldn't even spell wizard correctly. Okay, question number 3. In The Wizard of Oz, what was the name of the Good Witch? Okay, so in The Wizard of Oz, what was the name of the Good Witch? Question number 4. Which 3 actors have portrayed Albus Dumbledore on screen? Again, we're going back to Harry Potter here, but which 3 actors have portrayed Albus Dumbledore on screen? So, point for each of them there. Okay, question number 5. So, what is the most commonly used name of the wizard, also known as Mithrandir, Greyhaim, Stormcrow, White Rider, and Wandering Wizard, amongst his many other names? So this is a wizard who's had lots of different names, very, very old. So what is the most commonly used name of the wizard? So also known as Mithrandir, Greyhaim, Stormcrow, White Rider, and Wandering Wizard. It should be one you've heard of, I would certainly hope. And question number 6. Which band did Roy Wood leave to form Wizard in the early 1970s? Okay, so which band did Roy Wood leave to form Wizard in the early 1970s? Wizard obviously doing the very popular Christmas song, I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day. It's one of my favourite Christmas songs, and I don't like many Christmas songs. Okay, so quick recap, here we go. Question number 1, what was the full title of the last book of the main Harry Potter series? Question 2, what was the name of the wizard protagonist of Terry Pratchett's early Discworld novels? Was it Lupine Once, was it Carcer, or was it Rincewind? Question number 3. In The Wizard of Oz, what was the name of the Good Witch? Question number 4. Which 3 actors have portrayed Albus Dumbledore on screen? Question number 5. What was the most commonly used name of the wizard known as Mithrandir, Greyhaim, Stormcrow, White Rider and Wandering Wizard, amongst his other names? And question number 6. Which band did Roy Wood leave to form Wizzard in the early 1970s? Okay, so hope you've got your answers down. Let's see how you did. So, question number 1. The last book in the main Harry Potter series was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Okay, number 2, it was Rincewind was the protagonist of Terry Pratchett's early novels, and he appeared through quite a lot of the other ones later on. Number 3 was Glinda was the Good Witch. Number 4, the actors to play Dumbledore was Richard Harris, played him in the first 2 Harry Potter movies before he sadly passed. After that, it was Michael Gambon who played him in the rest of the movies. And then Jude Law has been playing him in the Fantastic Beasts movies. Okay, so 1 point for each of those. Number 5 was Gandalf. So Gandalf from Lord of the Rings. Okay. And number 6 was ELO, or the Electric Light Orchestra. Was the band that Roy Wood left to form Wizzard. So again, how'd you do? Hope you're doing well. We're nearly done. We're on to our last 2 rounds now, which as usual are music rounds. So round number 9 is music trivia. Question number 1. Beyonce was a member of which group before going solo? Okay, so Beyonce was a member of which group before going solo? Okay, question number 2. Which 1978 Blondie track opens with the lyrics, "Once I had love and it was a gas"? Okay, so "Once I had love and it was a gas" is the opening lines to which 1978 Blondie track? Question number 3. Can't Slow Down and Dancing on the Ceiling are solo albums from which American singer? Okay, so Can't Slow Down and Dancing on the Ceiling are solo albums from which American singer? Question number 4. 2 groups had a hit with Obla Di Obla Da in 1968. One of them was the Beatles. What was the name of the other group? Okay, so who was the other group to have a hit in 1968 with Obla Di Obla Da? Life goes on, Fala, if you will. Okay, question number 5. Which Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars track spent 14 weeks on top of the Billboard Hot 100 in 2015? So, was it A, Uptown Funk? Was it B, 24 Karat Magic? Or was it C, Marry You? Okay, so again, which Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars track spent 14 weeks on top of the Billboard Hot 100 in 2015? Was it Uptown Funk, 24K Magic, or Marry You? Okay. Question number 6. The 1997 Oasis album, Be Here Now, was the fastest selling album in UK history, until 2015 when it was surpassed by an album from which artist? Okay, so 1997 Oasis album, Be Here Now, was the fastest selling album in UK history, until 2015 when it was surpassed by an album from which artist? Okay, quick recap. Question 1. Beyonce was a member of which group before going solo? Question 2. Which 1978 Blondie track opens with the lyrics, "Once I had love and it was a gas"? Question 3. Can't Slow Down and Dancing on the Ceiling are solo albums from which American singer? Question 4. Two groups had a hit with Obladi Oblada in 1968. One was the Beatles. What was the name of the other group? Question 5. Which Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars track spent 14 weeks on top of the Billboard Hot 100 in 2015? Was it Uptown Funk, 24K Magic, or Marry You? And question number 6, the 1997 Oasis album Be Here Now was the fastest selling album in UK history until 2015, when it was surpassed by an album from which artist? So it's just the artist name, we don't need the album name on that one. Okay, so hope you've got all your answers down. Let's have a look, see how you did. Beyonce was a member of Destiny's Child for question number 1, Destiny's Child. Number 2, the Blondie song was Heart of Glass. Number 3, those were solo albums from Lionel Richie. Number 4, Marmalade was the other group who had a hit with Obladi Oblada. Number 5, is it Uptown Funk, spent all the time at the top of the charts there. And number 6 was Adele, who now has the fastest selling album of all time in the UK. The album, I think, was 25, that displaced Oasis. Okay, so moving on to our last round. As usual, this is music intros. So just a bit of information about this round before we go into it. We're just looking for the names of the songs. You'll hear 6 intros that have each got 2 songs in them that are mashed up. This is done in an effort to get around YouTube copyright laws, so I don't get warnings every time I play a song. So you'll get, they're broken up into about 3-second chunks. So we want the name of both songs that are played in each intro section. There'll be 6 of them that we go through. So it'll go through once, you'll get about 10-15 second break, and then it'll go through them again. And I will just sit here awkwardly watching the screen while you listen to the music. Okay, so here we go. Let's just find the play button. Here we go, and go.
Can't sleep 'cause my bed's on fire. Can't seem to face me up to the facts. I'm tense and nervous and I can't relax. If too money, then you
What's it ring? Keep rolling, flowing into. And I ran. Why people so busy? Make love would never end.
Can't sleep 'cause my bed's on fire. Can't seem to face some ends meet years up to the facts. I'm tense and nervous and I can't relax.
Live too money, then you die. Behind movie scenes, behind the movies. Walk without liquor, it won't scene. Sadi Rani. She's the one that keeps the dreamer alive from the morning past the evening to the 6 o'clock. Dirty old river, that's true. What's it ring? Keep rolling, flowing into. And I ran. Why people so busy? Make love would never end.
Okay, so that was the end of the intros. I hope you managed to get all of those down. Let's go on and check the answers then. So, point available for each song that you get right. So, answers here. Number 1 was Psycho Killer and Bittersweet Symphony. Okay, so Psycho Killer, obviously Talking Heads, Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve. Number 2, If You Tolerate This, Your Children Will Be Next by the Manic Street Preachers. And number 2, the next one was Black Betty, which was by Ram Jam. Number 3, I Heard It Through the Grapevine by Marvin Gaye. And As by Stevie Wonder. Number 4, TikTok by Kesha. And Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne. Number 5, Weapon of Choice by Fatboy Slim. And Brimful of Asher by Corner Shop. Actually the Fatboy Slim mix, I think it was. And number 6 was Waterloo Sunset by the Kinks and Daydream Believer by the Monkees. So as I say, we just need the name of the song, so if you got those, a point for each name that you got right. So that is the end of the quiz. So tally up your scores and let us know how you did. Pop it in the comments down below. I hope you managed to do well. Hope you enjoyed the quiz. As I say, give the video a like, give the channel a subscribe if you haven't already done so. That will keep you up to date on any upcoming quizzes that we put out. As I say, we're putting out maybe like one short quiz pretty much every day, apart from Sunday when we're doing the big quiz, this one here. So, thank you for taking part. Please like, share, follow, subscribe on what other social media options that you have. And we'll keep you up to date on what's going on. So, thank you very much, and until next time, goodbye.